I'm Dr. Charles Lane from Roanoke, Virginia. It was a passenger van originally. We took out all the seats and put in platforms for dog crates. I have 5 Newfoundland dogs. They're a large breed. They do not like the heat, and we need to have separate air conditioning and ventilation and power supply from the vehicle supply. We have bred in the past, but mostly we just have them as our companion animals, and we also show them. We have 2 males that we currently show and 3 older dogs who are kind of retired from the show ring. They go from about a 130-pound puppy to a 180-pound mature adult. They're very heat sensitive, so we have to be able to control the environment, just not only for transporting to dog shows, but also just going to the supermarket or driving around town. We just retired a 20-year-old Ford van that was customized by a company that's no longer in business for dog shows, and we pretty much wore it out. The new Transit, the modern vehicle has a lot of safety features that the old one didn't have, and a lot more room. You can put a lot more dogs into this than the old one. So we gutted the seats out of a 15-seat passenger van and made room for dog crates, and then had Al do the upfit for air conditioning and ventilation and power supply separate from the vehicle's power supply. So that's important to us. So we really couldn't find another upfitter besides Al Cicioni that could do the work we wanted. We were very specific in our needs, especially my wife is very specific in her needs, and she conveyed that to Al, I think, quite clearly, that we need engine off power, generator mount, and we preferred the rear mount that Al does. We have a powered heating and air conditioning unit. Air conditioning is really our concern for the roof mount that was installed. Also a power vent that's important for transitional weather where you really don't need air conditioning, but maybe just need to ventilate. And also some separate power plugs on the outside and on the inside. And that's for powering anything from a coffee pot to a large blow dryer to blow a dog dry. We use the van not only for dog shows, but also for traveling and vacation, so there are a lot of different needs for independent power. But mostly for dog shows, you use up a lot of power just for grooming and blow drying a large dog. So. And it could happen any weather. We travel all over the East Coast, from Florida to Connecticut, out to Michigan for dog shows. And it's year-round, and you have to be able to provide adequate environmental control for the dogs, especially with a giant breed. We don't do a lot of fluff and folding like with small toy breeds and things, but Newfoundland still require getting groomed and washed, and then especially dried. They have a big thick coat that's resistant to water, and once you do get them wet, it takes forever to get them dry. So those are important to us, and just having the ability to go to engine off power separate from the vehicle's engine and power systems. So. Really found out about Cicioni online and looked at his previous work that he had done and showcased on his webpage, and in conversations with him, we could tell he was a craftsman. He did things the right way, and he's been mostly concerned about our satisfaction. He doesn't care about anything else. Are we happy with the product? And we are. He was very specific in helping us determine what our needs were and how the best way to achieve them, and he did it, and we're very happy with it. So. For a recommendation, I'd recommend Al anytime, any day. We've been around a lot of dog show folks and their vehicles and equipment, and we've been involved with it for over 30 years now, and this is the most responsive provider we've had, and we've been very pleased with him. I recommend him to everybody, and be glad to offer that up to them as a reference.